to go into the banking hall too. There are places I don't. So yesterday I dedicated it and I already closed my heart. Like, you know how you just close your mind like,
today is going to do
it. Yeah, like that's and I left that place like, I was the last person they attended to yesterday. It was like 8:30 or to 9 or there.
Yeah,
or no, some minutes to 8. So I think I left some minutes to 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you were able to get what you went for.
To capture. Yeah, kudos to them too, because I see that they work late into, so I think they officially closed 4 o'clock. So other people, but if you've entered just like the bank, they make sure that they attend to
all
you.
their customers.
How
are you doing?
I'm doing good. You know, yesterday we went book shopping and we picked up this particular book, I Am Nimi, and it's really about, you know, teaching us about specially able children or differently able children. And for me, I like that book particularly because it's targeted towards children. And sometimes I feel that children do not get to see different types of children because of our culture of hiding these children. But now you're bringing to their awareness these sort of children and how they can relate with them. So they are not strange to them. And I think that's a very good book.
I would have given you a book I used for my kids.
Please bring now.
ADHD. I'm trying to remember the writer's name because I wanted to promote her. She did so well on this book. I'm Not Different.
Oh,
good. The title of the book. And it was on a child, you know, just one child amongst all your children acting, and you think it's weird. It's just a him. So
but this happens. But you know that Nimi's book is one of the facilitators of Nurturing the Natural.
Okay.
She wrote the book for the daughter. Yeah, so that was actually my banter, but not the not the other part. I went book shopping yesterday because I want to be deliberate about raising my children, and I've sorted out my own bookshelf in my room. So the kids need to sort out there. So they have their books with their names. They can exchange books. We have reading time. So that once they resume, they're still on holiday, eating anyhow. Once they resume, everybody sit up. And I'm not going to be smiling. So that was what I did yesterday.
How about reading with, well, I read to my children.
Yeah, I do once in a while.
Little ones
they love
still
it.
can read.
Yeah.
It's not, it may not be something I can sustain, so I don't like to promise.
But one thing we all, one thing that's happening in our house also are the audiobooks at night.
Oh, you can
so you're moving around and the audiobioks are playing. Playing. So that also helps as well. Yeah. Well, my children love to read.
This audiobook thing, I bet Mona have helped me with the, because there's an audio playing in my house. The Quran is playing in my house 24/7.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now to introduce an audiobook is strange.
You just get the app on your phone.
But I
use it when you want.
I think people are different. There are people who actually like to read. I like to read.
That's right. I need to hold that physical
the hard copy. Yes. So I like to really read.
I do both. Yeah. I work with both. All right, ladies, thank you so much. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, we'll take the reviews of the newspapers. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We'll start with the Punch. ACF fumes as governor tells residents to fight back. PDP crisis worsens, ward suspends Secondus. Ekiti community protests, couple others kidnap, bandits demand 10 million. Security agents bar Alafin Olubadan from Lekan Salami Stadium inauguration. APC holds Abiodun Loyalist Congress, ignores Amosu Group. Ondo landlady held after tenant dies during scuffle over pot. EFCC helping customs to recover 10.6 billion, according to the reps. Conflicting judgments, 6 chief judges appear before NJC today. Sacked ministers fail to meet targets, Buhari plans more evaluation. NLC threaten industrial action over proposed electricity tariff hike. Remittance, Senate accuses NNPC, CBN, others of underpayment. Who has what story?
I can start with mine.
Yeah.
So the Senate is accusing NNPC, CBN, and other agencies, they say, of not remitting for the current dwindling, for the part they play in the current dwindling of revenues in the country by engaging in what they call spending sprees instead of remitting the appropriate funds into the Federation account. So this accusation was made by the chairman of the Senate Committee on Finance, Senator Solomon Adiola. He said that in budgeting, some revenue-generating agencies spend their revenue hiding under the disguise that what accrued to them is not enough for them to carry out their functions. But from their investigations that they have carried out, they found that their findings are not palatable at all. A lot of heads of agencies have taken over the agencies as their personal property. They have decided to embark on a spending spree with nobody challenging them. And then he accused Central Bank of Nigeria. He says, out of an average budget of about 2.3 trillion a year, it is expected at the end of every financial year, whatever accrues to you as excess revenue, a certain portion of it must be paid into the consolidated revenue. And he says CBN hasn't done that in the last 5 to 6 years. And also accused NNPC of doing the same. But CBN has responded quickly and said that with all due respect and deep reverence, I categorically say that the allegation that the CBN has not remitted surpluses in any year, let alone the last 5 years, is 100% not correct. But it's important information that we have concerning these agencies and how they
should be accountable
to the House for doing what they're supposed to do. So they're supposed to question these things. I don't even expect the agencies to be able to take money without approval. So no matter the amount generated, excess or less, everything should go to the consolidated account. And from there, after budget, somebody would sign it out so that we can trace it for audit purposes. Some of these monies that are flying in
make everything transparent as well. They are also after banks, but I will take that in another story.
All right, so I have that one of ACF fuming as well. What government said. So, of course, everybody heard about that one yesterday that happened, another incident of kidnapping. And so gunmen yesterday invaded the government day secondary school in Zamfara State and abducted no fewer than 73 students. And, well, why they are fuming right there, that particular group, is because, the Governor Bello Matawale was actually somewhere around that place. He was going for a prayer session while they were attacking. And, I said that he was attending a prayer session organized by his administration when he called on the residents of the state to rise up and fight the bandits back. Wow. So they are saying that a government that cannot even take care of its citizens, why would you say that we should fight back the bandits, the gunmen?
With which arms?
Do you get? And now, that school has like a population of 300 students.
Yes.
And they're not even sure that it's 73. That's how they say at least, or no fewer than 73, because they are saying that perhaps approximately maybe 100 or something like that. Wow. Even some of them had to run away. But look at the situation. So we're not even moving, because I think it was just last week we were talking about this. Yes. Yeah.
So yes, I do. I have the Chief Judge's summon. So there's Chief Judge of the Federation, Justice of the Federation, had summoned Chief Justices of 6 states: Kebbi, Jigawa, Rivers, Cross River, Anambra, and Imo State. So they'll be today appearing before the NJC committee to investigate conflicting judgments. So it's all about the PDP drama. We had judges, removing, reinstalling, back-to-back the chairperson of the PDP, what's his name, Secondus. And for this, it doesn't show, because in law we have what we call precedents, and that's how we create a standard, a balance of judgment. So we can't have judges telling. These things have been in the past. There have been accusations like that. You follow your precedents, and when you lack jurisdiction, you let go of.
All right. Okay. Before we quickly move on, I have a story here. So, a 45-year-old woman identified only as Mrs. Fola Shade has been arrested by men of the Ondo State Police Command for allegedly killing her tenant over a scuffle in the kitchen. So, according to the story, the tenant wanted to pass where she was cooking. And she said, please, madam, can you move your pots? I want to pass. And she refused and said, you don't have to pass. And then pushed her down. Before the husband could come out, the lady had fallen on the floor and was almost dead. They took her to the hospital and she died. Whoa. And so this particular lady is a woman who is married and she has 3 kids. Right now, there's nobody who's going to be taking care of the children just because of anger management. Oh, we
talked about this yesterday.
Yes, we need to keep talking about anger management. It's so painful. Let's move on to the next paper. So 73 pupils kidnapped in Zamfara, government shut schools. We've taken that. Oshun at 30 honors for Akande Alakija Adeboye. So we're looking at the nation right now. Lagos candidates tops UTME results with 358 over 400. I'm excited about that story. NDA yet to find kidnapped army officer 1 week after. Senate panel, CBN disagree on remittance of revenue surplus. I think somebody has taken that story. Why Buhari fired power agriculture minister. Who has what story?
I have a major headline quickly. So yesterday we got good news of a cabinet reshuffle of sorts. And the Minister for Agriculture, I consider it good news. If he's underperforming, let them go.
Yeah.
So, Minister for Agriculture and Rural Development, Sabo Nanono, and the Minister for Power, Salim Ahmed, were removed by the President. And their offices are to be taken over by the Minister for Environment. That's for the, he will replace the one for Agriculture, while the Minister for State for Works will take over from the Minister for Power. And hopefully,
did they tell us why they were changed?
They said they were removed for poor performances, unfavorable security report on their activities. Now, the Minister for Agriculture was, said to have reversed the gains made in 2015 to 2019 since he took over power. And the Minister for, since he took over office, that's in the Ministry of Agriculture, but the one for Power was unable to exceed the gains, the achievements of his predecessor. And so if you are not growing, you should be let go. I think for Power, I must commend the President for this decision. I have felt that way,
for a long time.
I feel that way about a lot of other ministries. I feel that way for a lot of I'm waiting for defense.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Any other story?
I have that one of NDA yet to find the kidnapped officer. So it was in the news the last time I was on this show. That was when we talked about it because it was the previous day that this happened. And it was said that the third or the only one kidnapped has been killed. I'm still shocked right now to hear that, that person is still yet to be found. And, 8 days after gunmen attacked the Nigerian Defense Academy, NTA, Kaduna, the search for Major Christopher Danton is still on. And he was abducted by gunmen, if anybody does not know that backstory, who killed 2 officers in the academy's premises, on August the 21st. And NDA authorities, which either to actually remain silent on the fate of the abductee, said in a statement yesterday that they had received encouragement from the Chief of Army Staff, to just ensure the safe return of the officer.
So you see
But
why
I thought that officer was...
That was what was...
We saw videos, but obviously that was a fake video of another general, something taken sometime back. And was surfacing. But now this is even more painful, that we don't know the fate. We've not reacted to such an affront on our national, institutions. I think.
So if that can happen to that officer, what about the ordinary citizen? I mean, look at it.
No, it's this administration that should bury their heads in shame. If somebody confronts you like that, at this point, whatever it takes, dare them back.
Let's continue the newspaper reviews when we come back after this break. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
He's falling sick so frequently, either fever or stomachache. I keep him away from junk food.
She also feeds me apples. She says an apple a day keeps...
If you want to keep germs away, then also wash your hands regularly with Dettol soap.
Meaning?
Germs and disease spread through the hand also. For this, use Dettol soap. Dettol protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Dettol soap is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association. Be Dettol sure.
Thank goodness. Now that Grandma is here, I can take my leave. My flight is in 2 hours, honey. You know how the traffic is.
But, honey, you still need to drop me off at the hospital.
Oh, not to worry, honey. That has been settled. I booked an appointment already using the Clearline HMO app on my phone.
You know we already have a plan with them.
Wow, interesting.
Clearline HMO provides you with flexible healthcare service right when you need it. You can pre-schedule and book specialist services at your convenience.
Hello, Mama. Is everything fine?
My son. Our baby is here.
With Clearline HMO, you've got a health partner with a cutting-edge solution whenever and wherever. Get your health managed by subscribing to any of our healthcare plans available to individuals and corporate organizations. For more information, log on to www.clearlinehmo.net. Clearline HMO, the health insurance people.
Sunlight, it's fresh.
Not all washing powders are the same. Sunlight adds bursts of freshness to cleaning power to give you Sunlight 2-in-1 for sensational cleaning and freshness that lasts and lasts and lasts. Sunlight 2-in-1. Sensational cleaning with burst after burst of freshness.
Children are gifts and a source of joy. When they are happy, we're happy too. But when they are down with sickness such as malaria, we become sad and worried. Not to worry, Camosunate Anti-Malarial for Children has always been there for years. Camosunate also comes in tablets for adults. Bounce back from malaria with Camosunate. Confirm if Camosunate is original by texting to... Read the leaflet inside. If symptoms persist after 3 days, please consult your doctor. Camosunate, effective anti-malaria for all ages. Marketed by Zenith Pharmaceuticals Limited.
See, nurse, she's saying she feels unwell, despite my efforts to practice good hygiene.
Mom says wash your hands to keep the germs away.
Washing hands is good, but surfaces can also have germs, and you shouldn't use just anything for cleaning them. Use Jik. Jik's formula has been scientifically proven to stay active for longer, giving you whitening and germ kill protection on a variety of surfaces. Disinfect to protect, just Jik it. Endorsed by National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives.
Thanks for staying with us. So we still continue the newspaper reviews. Miriam, you have a story?
Yes, I have. So Lagos candidate tops UTME results with 358 marks. See, I'm going to say this person's name because, you know, we say names of other people doing other things.
Please mention the name.
His name is Monwuba Chibuzo, Chibuike. He got 358 out of 400.
Hey.
Well done.
Mexico.
Well done. Well done.
So beautiful.
His parents must be so proud.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of him. Well done.
This one that they are
So they say that about 10 candidates with the best result. The 10 candidates with the best results are from Lagos, Osun, Ogun State, Rivers, Oyo, Ekiti, and Edo State. So well done. Edo State was represented.
All right, let's move on.
But let me just quickly add that. There's a conversation where even though some students get high UTME results, they do not get admission into universities. And those who get lower get admissions. And the JAM head was saying that there's no compromise on admission guidelines, that the guidelines for university admission in Nigeria is based on 45% merit, 35% on catchment areas, and 20% on educationally disadvantaged states. I think we need to look at this.
We need to revisit
review
educationally disadvantaged states.
Yeah. So, okay, let's move on to The Sun. We'll weed out weak link, Buhari declares after sacking ministers. Agric power ministers removed, 2 redeployed. We've taken that story. Electricity tariff, NLC prepares for showdown. Ohaneze sets September 29 as Igbo Day. Kunle Olawumi, Christian Association of Nigeria, warns against media gag. 73 students abducted in Zamfara by gunmen. We've taken that story. Federal government replies Amnesty International, accuses IPOB of stockpiling arms. Oh, I couldn't read this.
Yeah, I have that.
Okay, so let's have your story.
Yeah, all right. That particular one, the presidency has actually reacted to a report by Amnesty International, which accused the federal government of using security forces to clamp down on members of indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, resulting in arbitrary arrest. All right, and Amnesty International in the reports had said that the whereabouts of at least 50 suspected members of IPOB arrested in Rivers State by Nigeria's security were still unknown since October and November 2020. But reacting, Senior Special Assistant to the President's Media Publicity, Garba Shehu, actually went on saying that, you know, he was saying that bodies were taking the body was taking side with IPOB, and it's not meant to be like that. And of course, they are stockpiling, you know, weapons.
Okay, let me quickly take the electricity tariff. So I think it was yesterday I took the story where 11 discos had been given a directive by NEC to go ahead with increment of the electricity tariffs. But NLC is saying now, though they had, you know, denied that, but NLC is saying now that they are ready to go on a nationwide strike if that happens. They sent a letter to the federal government to remind them of the agreement they had that they were going to suspend all increment till the discussions are over. And so if the federal government reneges on that decision, they are going to go to the streets and they're going to carry out our nationwide strike, basically. Who has another story? Do we have another story? Okay, let's move on to the Daily Trust. Poor performance, more ministers to go as Buhari sacks Nanono Maman. Just crisis, Irigwe Fulani leaders meet Lalong to sign peace. IPOB has amassed substantial stockpile of weapons. We've taken that story. A custom duty, 4 banks owe federal government 10.6 billion, according to reps. A party's crisis. Court sacks Boni, Ward Exco suspends Secondus. How bandits kidnapped 74 students, 2 teachers in Zamfara. Let's move on to the story you have. I think who took the Just Crisis?
Yes, I do. I have the Just Crisis. So leaders of the Irigwe and Fulani communities have met with the governor of Plateau State, and it's to come up with a peace, pact and agreement on the way forward. This will be the second meeting that they've had with the governor, and it's really to talk about how they've gotten to this place, what they need to do to ensure that the conflict does not continue, what the causes are. You just understand a full conversation on how to handle this conflict and the way forward as from now. And for me, it's very welcome. I like that the two communities are trying to put their heads together, and they're saying they've forgiven each other for whatever has gone on before, and they want to start afresh. So people in Plateau State, I hope we're listening. We're now on a new path to make sure that we settle all our differences. Government on its part says that they will play the role of making sure that they arrest the criminals and prosecute those who have been caught, and asking that communities to, the peace of your communities depend on you, where you find criminals, where you know that they have done something, report them and the government to take on from there. So
yeah, do we have,
thank you.
Does anybody have a story?
Customs story.
Okay, go ahead.
So the House of Reps Committee on Customs said that on Wednesday, that they're working with the EFCC, that's Custom replying to the House of Reps Committee, said that they're working closely with the EFCC to recover 10.6 billion naira deposited in 5 banks. That these were custom and excise duties paid into 5 banks. I read through the story, the 5 banks were not mentioned, but they said they've been working assiduously, that the setback of the COVID lockdown delayed this, but they are on track to recover these monies.
Okay, so the version of that story that I have here says that these particular banks refused to remit billions of naira collected as customs duty to the federal government, saying 4 out of 18 banks failed to remit that 10.6. And they mentioned them here. They said the Guarantee Trust Bank, Standard Chartered Bank, Ecobank, and Providus Bank. The other banks are denying, saying that they don't owe the federal government anything, but Providus Bank, agreed to it. Said they've paid some, but they're still
They're asking the House of Reps auditors to sit with them, go through the books, that they are not owing anything. So they have a defense already.
Okay, let's move on to the Vanguard. APC latest. Court stops Buni, other caretaker escos. Killings. Ife Modakeke, I'll never fight again. COVID-19 halts bid to bar unvaccinated persons from public places. Khan tells Edo government. Fashola calls for road maintenance contingency fund. NCDC boss Ihe Kwazu appointed a World Health Organization assistant, DG. Outrage as federal government blows hot at religious political critics. Who has what story?
So they take our best all the time. So congratulations to the Director General of the NCDC, the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, Chike Ihe Kwazu, who has now been appointed by the WHO as the Director General of Health Emergency Intelligence at the World Health Organization, and his appointment takes effect November 1. They read out his CV and all of that, but you like to take our best. That's how they came to get Mohammed.
We are the ones releasing our best to go.
No, we are good.
I know.
Nigerians are good.
I know.
And he did a good job.
Yes, I know. So the Christian Association of Nigeria are urging the Edo State government to rescind its decision of restricting people who do not have the COVID vaccine certificate into going to churches and all these other places. Also, the Nigeria Veterinary Medical Association are complaining that despite the fact that they are specialized in things like this, they've not been allowed to join the fight against COVID-19, and they are asking that they are given opportunity to fight it, basically. So let's quickly move to the Tribune.
Okay.
Okay, the major story we have taken. Bandits kidnapped 73 students in Zamfara, governor's hometown. Tax tribunal, a decision on FIRS, multi-choice case flawed. Protest rocks Ikiti as gunmen abduct couple, 2 others. Oshun to honor Ajiborisha Akande, Adeboye, Alakija, Akimriade, 23 others. Did I try?
Yeah, you did well.
Fulani settlers should not denigrate Yoruba tradition custom. Who has what's customs? NDLEA, DSS.
I have that.
Uncover, go ahead.
I have that. So NDLEA and DSS have actually uncovered and seized capture gun pills. And it was hidden in a machine, like a machine that was imported. So it was hidden in the cylinder of that machine.
Wow.
And so they have uncovered that, and they're working on that already. So it's a hard drug, capture gun, yes, a hard drug concealed inside cylinder of an imported machine, as I said, in Apapa port.
So, Oshun, congratulations to them. It will be 30 years since the state was created, and they are rolling out everything to celebrate this. They are making sure that we remember those who are from Oshun and those who have contributed to Oshun. They would have events and awards in different categories. They have lifetime achievement awards for sons or people from Oshun who are pace setters or achievers in different fields. And they named the Redeemed, what's it called, General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church, Adeboye Hakonde, as amongst those who will benefit, and Folorunso Alakija amongst those who will benefit. Also, although they have some other non-Oshun indigenes getting awards, but amongst them are the many, 3 others.
Thank you so much, ladies. That's all we can take on the newspaper reviews. When we come back, we take the top stories of today. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
He's falling sick so frequently, either fever or stomachache. I keep him away from junk food.
She also feeds me apples. She says an apple a day keeps...
If you want to keep germs away, then also wash your hands regularly with Dettol soap.
Meaning?
Germs and disease spread through the hand also. For this, use Dettol soap. Dettol protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Dettol soap is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association. Be Dettol sure.
Introducing the Save and Win Pali promo. Just save 10,000 naira or more monthly and stand a chance to win up to 5 million naira and other exciting prizes in the Save and Win Pali promo. Download the Union mobile app to open an account or visit the nearest Union Bank branch. Union Bank, your simpler, smarter bank.
Guys, we can't leave. We've got to finish the client's order tonight.
This time?
How about some top tea to cheer us up?
Only one bag of top tea makes 2 strong cups, so taste to know more flavor, enjoyment, friendship, and upliftment.
Wow, this looks gorgeous. Beautiful.
Taste to know. Top tea.
Heartburn and indigestion? Try Gestede. My recommendation for the past 26 years, Gestede. Reliable remedy for heartburn, indigestion, flatulence, and acidity.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup? Check. Are the scripts on the prompter? Script? Check. Are we set in the VCR? All team in place? VCR? Check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights are. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
Thanks for staying with us. So you know today is Open House Thursday and we love to gist. So we found this gist that we decided to bring to you this morning. Daddy Freeze has told women to run from any man who says he will buy a car for his mother before buying for his wife. The media personality said this in reaction to a viral tweet about a man who bought a car for his mother, but he didn't buy any for his pregnant wife who had to trek daily. What are your thoughts on this? Join the conversation and call us on 720-53687 or 091-390-76948. The ladies, so. Our ladies.
Okay. So I have heard different school of thoughts because I hear some guys say that, oh, a former stranger, and then somebody who is my biological mother, my blood, and then you're saying what? Somebody that I can divorce or can divorce me or can one day say that she's not doing, but you know, my mother would always be in my life and all that. So what exactly are you talking about? I've seen a lot of, you know, premises like that. And wow, interesting. So because if you did not add to it that the pregnant wife treks daily, perhaps treks daily, I would have thought maybe there is something behind it that they did not really tell us about. So it might be that maybe the guy added some money to the mother's, money that she wanted to, just completed it for her to buy a car or something, you know, or maybe they contributed, the siblings contributed, and maybe they have a car in the house that they use together, so it does not really look like, oh, I am not buying a car for my wife. But you see, this is already talking about the rivalry that has been there since time immemorial, when you talk about mother-in-law and wives, you know, and all that. And I just feel, I would just say that I think a lot of men don't know how to balance it. Yes, balance is the key word. I'm not saying you should not love your mother, and I'm not saying that you should not love your wife. But, you know, disrespecting your wife outright in the presence of your family members, or disrespecting your family members in the presence of your wife. So for me, I would say it is just balance, and some people just don't have that sense at all.
Ew, common sense is not common. Nima, please.
Women should be practical.
Okay.
I meant to. I think it's who can drive.
I don't get it.
It's about who can drive. And if you can gift your mother a car, let him enjoy it. If you know how flimsy life is, if you've sat and saw and watched your loved one pass, and you keep thinking, did I ever pay it back? The love, I have been there for the past 1 year. I keep thinking about it. And even though I'm thinking about it, I know I tell my brother all the time, get your wife a car. You have 2 kids. I say it to him all the time because I think she has a business that is running, and my mom can't drive. It's basic, practical life. But the moment I can get her, of which her husband took care of her, get her a driver, and I can afford a car for her, I'm not going to be having a conversation of emotions with who I love about whether I should do what I need to do for who I love as well. Because I love you, but I love my mother. And whether you like it or not, I would have spent the first half of my life with this mother before you came. So for a woman, I think it is even better that you own it. If my husband needs to do something for his parents, he has to do it. I'm not going to be debating with him and putting him through an emotional tunnel of worry of whether he's doing right or wrong. I think if he needs to do something for them, he needs to do it. I said to my husband, when my father-in-law was a bit down, it was a time when nobody expected that I would show up. But I showed up because I was worried. If anything happens, he's old already and he's no more. Will I still have these conversations of whether I deserved or I didn't deserve anything? Because if it was about age, do you understand? Will I sit in retrospect and be happy that, okay, well, I just got the car? And what exactly is a car? What exactly is it? A material thing that will soon pass. I can use it and I won't be able to replace it. And then I'll come and have a conversation with the same person that bought it, that he didn't maintain it for me. If it is something I can afford, I can maintain the lifestyle Nima, what I earn, can afford. I'll get it if I need it. But I don't want to put somebody's son through that emotional tunnel. I showed up. Not only did I do that, I said to my husband, make sure as you're taking care of your parents, your children see you do it. Because life is a circle.
Okay.
This conversation we're having with the wrong.
No, for me, this thing, I feel is just a lack of communication problem. Because for you to be saying you should have bought me a car or bought this one a car instead, is really because there's not enough funds to do it at once for everybody. You know?
True.
So, first of all, are we having a conversation with the woman in my house or even with my mother? Mommy, you know I've always wanted to do this for you. Look at my wife now. She's pregnant, she needs to go to hospital, blah, blah, blah. Can we, I know mothers that will say, you want to buy me a car, and your wife is running up and down the road. What is that? Please give it to her, you know? So for me, I feel when you put everyone together and have this open communication and conversation with people, it will be much easier. Even for the wife, she could have this conversation with her husband where her husband will say, you know what, since I was young, I said that when I have the money, I want to buy a car for my mother. A wife too, she'll say, look at my own contribution, add it to it, and buy this car for your mother. Because we're all one family, and that's how it is. That's just the ideal situation. But when people are not talking, and then you are married to someone that, I don't know if, because I always wonder when people talk about some of the issues, like when you come into a marriage, are you coming in because you feel that these are my enemies, I'm coming to kill them, I'm coming to finish them, you know, or this girl that's coming, when she comes, we're going to finish her. If you already feel that way, that person should not even come into your home as a wife or as a mother-in-law. First of all, it's important that, and I agree with you, where a person who has to make that difficult decision of choosing who to do it for and when to do it for is being guilt-tripped for not doing it for one person. Oh, so you did not do it for me. Instead of helping that person do what he's meant to do for either person at the time that each one needs it.
So I understand your perspectives, but let us talk about the mindset of marriage. At least the scripture says, and therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother and cleave to his wife. Hold on, no. Cleave to his wife. That means that your wife and your immediate family are your first priorities. So are we now, what Daddy Freeze is saying is, if your wife and your children are not your first priority, then there's something wrong in that marriage. Because even if you decide to, okay, let us give mommy a car, it should be the decision between husband and wife. Not that the wife does not agree. You go ahead and feel my wife is my
agree
mother.
or not agree.
No. The mindset of marriage, because here you're supposed to be one. So what happens if you can take family decisions, whether your wife matters or not? You don't care about it.
This is my response, BC. As a wife, love that woman the way you love your mother. I am the one who drives. And I'm the one who still has a car now. My husband has sold his because our roads are bad. If there's an emergency, convenience or not, and I'm available, I take care of it. I will drive to my mother-in-law's house, pick her up, take her where she needs to go, bring her back, and drop her in front of her doorsteps. When we had the naming ceremony of one of my nieces from my husband's side, I drove my mother-in-law to the market, I did the shopping, I drove her back. It's about her convenience and welfare. She's well... See, it is a family, like Miriam said. And not all of us come in with the mindset to friend our in-laws, or not all of us have the conducive environment to be friends. But have the responsibility in your mind to take care, to show that love. Do you see that classical environment where you just find love? It's okay.
It's not.
What if it is not possible? Do your own part to give love.
Yeah. So you are advising right now, Nima, that is what
I'm talking to the woman in question.
Yes, that is what you're saying. You're talking to that woman. But the thing is, what BC said, that is, you have to decide. It has to be a decision. Yeah. But what if one person, that is the wife, says no at the end of the day, but she's not being reasonable?
She's pushing herself outside.
She's not being reasonable, and the husband goes ahead
and takes a decision.
Yeah. So that's
you know what?
Hold on, okay, please. Let's quickly take a call. We have Tega from Ojodu before we continue.
Hello, good morning.
Peter from Ojodu. You're live, Peter. Good morning.
Okay, I must comment. The topics you bring on air are very enlightening. A lot of times, when I see your view, it really brings people from sharpness of things that they kept quiet for a very long time. I really commend your effort.
Thank you, sir.
I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Yes. Now, the topic of buying car for the mother, but I think it has to do with perspective and understanding from the marriage. If the wife does not have a car and you intend to buy for your 80-year-old mother, who would definitely not drive it, I think it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
At all. But I think whatever you're going to provide for your mother should be also provided for your wife. It has to do with understanding, because a lot of times if the wife understands that the mother needs such and such, some wives will say, okay, go ahead and get it for your mother. But I don't think it is wise when you know that your wife is in a particular predicament, taking care of kids and all that, you leave her and attend to the one that your mom that is home outside, and it just doesn't make sense. So the people's perspective will be that you don't value your wife. So I think the man should take care of the home. Make sure that the wife has some certain things before he goes ahead to say he will provide it for the mother first. That is just my take on it.
Wait, hold on.
Thank you so much, Peter. Okay, hang on a minute.
Are you there?
Let's just talk.
Okay, so let's assume that, yes, he has his wife to take care of, but the mother he has never been able to do anything for. Is there a place of love and reward for rewarding of the love you've enjoyed from your mother, knowing what they've been through? Is it okay to do that? Even if you have a wife now that you love, can you do both?
No, that's why I said it has to come to an understanding from both couples.
Thank you.
A lot has to do with both couples. If peradventure the man, let's say the man was so broke before he got married, and he got married, then he decides that the first car he buys it for himself, then the second car will be for the mother, probably because the mother is old. It has to do with the wife. The wife will have to understand that. He can't just take that decision because the mother is getting old and wants to die and just go ahead and then does it. The couple has a lot of role to play before he goes outside to perform, because people's perspective outside will differ. What if the husband has siblings?
Thank you so much, Peter. Yeah. We'll have to take a break. When we come back, we'll continue this conversation. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
My guy! Man, what's going on? Come on in. Guy, see your new phone. See new laptop. PS5 again. Bro. What's up for me now? You mean Premier Cool?
Text your unique code to 1393 to win amazing prizes like a trip to Dubai for two, a PS5, mobile phones, laptops, and more in the Premier Cool Chill and Win promo. The more you buy, the more your chances of winning.
Yeah! I prepared me tags and tags red.
Why are you turning off everything? First it was the car, and now the freezer.
My dear sister, with the rise in cost of food, electricity tariff, and every other thing, it is only smart for me to manage my electricity consumptions. You know why? The freezer consumes.
Babe, switch to the smart way with higher thermocool inverter freezer, the 50% electricity saver.
Wow! 50%?
So you don't have to always turn off all your appliances, especially your freezer.
Enjoy 50% electricity savings with higher thermocool inverter freezers.
My electricity saver, my pocket saver.
Higher thermocool, always there for you.
Kehinde suffers from indigestion. His twin Taiyi suffers from heartburn. Sometimes it's the other way around, or both. That's why they use Gaviscon Double Action. It soothes within 3 minutes and lasts for up to 4 hours. For double relief from heartburn and indigestion, Gaviscon Double Action.
Guys, we can't leave. We've got to finish the client's order tonight.
This time?
How about some top tea to cheer us up?
Only one bag of top tea makes 2 strong cups, so taste to know more flavor, enjoyment,
Great.
friendship, and upliftment.
Wow, this looks gorgeous. Beautiful.
Taste to know. Top tea.
See, nurse, she's saying she feels unwell, despite my efforts to practice good hygiene.
Mom says wash your hands to keep the germs away.
Washing hands is good, but surfaces can also have germs, and you shouldn't use just anything for cleaning them. Use Jik. Jik's formula has been scientifically proven to stay active for longer, giving you whitening and germ kill protection on a variety of surfaces. Disinfect to protect, just Jik it. Endorsed by National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still having the conversation on who do you buy a car for? First, your wife or your mother? You can join the conversation and call us on 081-270-53687 or 091-390-76948. We need to get your thoughts on this. So,
So, you know, another thing is, I feel it's a bit dangerous when we use buying of car as a measurement of if a husband cares for his mother or for his wife. Because there's so many other ways that that man may have shown up for either his mother or his wife. So that when that time to make a decision for a car comes up, it's not even a question of, why are you doing this over me? It's, he has done so much for me, and we want him to do this for his mother right now. We have decided. Or he has done so much for me, I want my son to do this for his wife right now. So sometimes when we get just part of the story and then we base all our, you know, and then we paint a picture based on just that particular act. Concerning marriage, I mean, you know, we're married and you know how that can be. Some things are acceptable, are not acceptable when you're looking from the outside in because you don't know the whole story. I feel that when a woman is pregnant, there are some people who say they cannot even drive. So they get a driver. So maybe they even have like an Uber service that's doing something for, you know, taking care of the wife, making sure she goes to her where she needs to be. So this is not a man that is maltreating the wife. So there's a difference. So we have a man, there's a difference. So if this is a man that disrespects his wife, has maltreated her, has never provided for her, and to further show how much he disrespects her, and to show how much he buy a car now and also give his mother. So you will see how much I do not care about you. So there has to be a basis for this conversation, not just that one single act should be what decides.
We need to find out. So we have another call, Mustafa from Mero. Mustafa, are you there? Hello, Mustafa. Oh, we lost that call. So before I come to you, let it not look like we're saying a man shouldn't take care of the mother. Okay. That's not what we're saying. That's not what we're debating. But what I think people would say is let it be done as teamwork. So do not sideline one person and feel because you're the man, you can take all the decisions.
So as I said before, and I'm going to reiterate, you know, I'm saying that what if, you know, we did not get the whole gist, we're getting it from the woman's side alone. What if the mother, the husband's mother is sick and they need to, there is always problem. They need to get her from home to the hospital and they just want her to do stuff because we did not hear that part. Because now it's looking like, oh, she just wants to enjoy life and relax and just be taken care of, which is not bad at the end of the day. But I'm saying we did not hear that part. So I think it might be selfishness on the part of the wife too. I am not, do not even get me wrong. I'm not saying that the husband should not take care of the wife. But I'm saying here that there might even be a car in the house, you know,
the wife is trekking in this case. So the wife is trekking. But let's take this call. Owolabi from Egbeda is here with us. Owolabi, are you there?
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to the rest.
Good morning.
Yeah. I'm in support with Marian this morning because this is a personal experience based on my friend. He called me and told me that, okay, he wants to buy a Versa for his wife. Why his mother is in a rented apartment? I said, talk to your wife first. But the wife told him that, okay, instead of buying this, just buy a land and build a house for your mom. Later, we can have all these cars. In the process of building the house, the mother moved in and bought the Highlander Jeep for the wife, and still, God opened a way. Both of them and the two kids, they are now in the US right now. So it's not about the car per se or anything. It depends on the understanding with the couples.
Understanding. I like that. Thank you so much, Mr. Owolabi.
So I wanted to answer that. Like Miriam said, materialism is not the measure of love. I think kindness, and it comes from both sides. Kindness is so important. My mom used to pray for me. She would say, may you find someone who will show you empathy in love.
My mom says that too.
May you find someone who says he loves you, but you
can't show kindness. My mom says
kindness. And when you marry into a family, now, because we are women, I'm not going to be addressing men who love their mothers. That's not my business. If I find a man who loves his mother, I think it's a gift for me because he would be able to translate it eventually to his children.
Yes.
That's what I was looking at when I was single. And his ability to buy gifts for who and what and whenever is none of my business. If I think I need something, I'll buy it. The missing line here is, maybe he's someone who, after buying his mother a car, is so unavailable to even arrange how it will be used or, you know, how it will be taken care of. The car is there. If you're a loving, bubbly somebody, me, I will take, Mama, help, Mama, let me drop you off at the market. When are you visiting your friends? Okay, and eventually, Mama, you know you can't drive this car. I'm coming, let me visit my friends. It's both of us that own car eventually. Just, you know, encourage love in the house. Don't make it about the car, but who can use it. So, Mama, let Nima come and drive me. Let her come and take you. And eventually, you are even visiting your friends with the car. Who know car? It's not you who tell somebody's story. And they know where the car came from.
Okay, let's take this call from Lanre. Lanre from Aja. Good morning. Oh, we lost that call. So, you know, it's seeming to me that this is one-sided. Everybody's just preaching love, love, love. We know.
It's on the hosting table, so she wants to guys.
I'm itching, but we're hosting today. We know that there are mother-in-laws, there are families that are wicked. Like they are wicked, outright wickedness. And they don't accept you as a daughter, no matter how good you are.
Still a stranger.
What do you do in that case where mommy wants to be, because I particularly have a friend who mommy makes all the decisions for all the sons. Like you dare not buy anything as little as wristwatch for your wife without taking permission from mommy. What can a woman do in that situation?
You don't marry mommy's boy now, you go grieve for God now. You open your eye, enter now. That can happen overnight. It can happen overnight.
So that is the reality of someone.
No, that's most people's reality. We gist about these things.
What do we do?
You get over it.
Wow.
You grow up and get over it. So if my husband has to take a permission from his mother to give me a mug, what if I want to buy a mug myself? You take over power. That disempowerment is what they use to control you, then you empower yourself. That's a life.
That's right.
Get a job and buy your own mug.
We'll continue this conversation after this call. Bright from Abuja. Good morning, sir.
Hello?
Good morning, sir. Are you there? Hello, Mr. Bright. You're live. You can speak.
Yes. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How is everyone doing?
We're doing amazing, I think.
Let me ask this question. Please, I can hear you.
Yeah, go ahead. You're listening to the TV.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, the first question I want to ask, please. I'm sorry, because like you guys said, we're hearing it from one side. Let me get this. Does the mother have a car before the guy got married to his wife? First question. Second question is also that, for me, I don't think the question by the man should be asking his wife if he should give his car, buy a car for his mother when his wife do not have a car. It should be something that it should come from the wife. Because I don't see any sense in me buying a first car for myself, then I want to buy the second car. Now, and I make it a point of duty to ask my wife whether we should give it to my mother or not. I will give my wife the car if she feels it deems fit to be given to my mother. It's her business. Thirdly, the mother we are buying a car for, running a car is not a charity. She needs to fuel it. It means that when you buy her a car, you are giving her another liability. For me, we need to check her well-being. Does she have a nanny? Because all of us are grown up. We've gone out. She's living alone, perhaps. We need to get her somebody that will take care of her, somebody who can run an errand for her, somebody who can take good care of her. So we need to take care of that first before we start talking about buying her a car. For me, it's not a question to come up anywhere. My wife, I will buy her a car. When I buy my car, she's going to get the next car. If she feels she wants to give it to her mother or she wants to give it to my mother, it is her business.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bright.
Ask this question.
Thank you so much. So he mentioned something that is just very important, which is the well-being of the mother in question. So I've seen some mothers who are actually still working. They can still go to work. They haven't retired. They're still strong. In that case, you know that this person will be able to maintain the car. But we'll continue this conversation after this break. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Falling sick so frequently, either fever or stomachache, I keep him away from junk food.
She also feeds me apples. She says an apple a day keeps.
If you want to keep germs away, then also wash your hands regularly with Dettol soap.
Meaning?
Germs and disease spread through the hand also. For this, use Dettol soap. Dettol protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Dettol soap is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association. Be Dettol sure.
Kehinde suffers from indigestion. His twin Taiyi suffers from heartburn. Sometimes it's the other way around, or both. That's why they use Gaviscon Double Action. It soothes within 3 minutes and lasts for up to 4 hours. For double relief from heartburn and indigestion, Gaviscon Double Action.
Showing up in style inspires great confidence. IVM G5T appeals to class.
Time is of the essence. With IVM Kappa, business and meetings are always on the go.
Fun time with the family. Thank you to IVM King. IVM carries always stealing the show. Isn't she beautiful? Influence defines a great leader. IVM Seriki is Africa's commute king. Strong, reliable, and durable. With the concept of regionalization, Innocent Vehicle is committed to satisfying its customers with producing their everyday dream cars.
IVM, pride of African roots.
Welcome back. We're still discussing who should get a car first, the wife or the mother. But let's take some tubes.
Okay, we have so many. Said, anytime, our quota, Fred Kabari says, anytime I get married, my car belongs to both. If I want, I buy a car for my mom. I will. If I want to buy a car for my mom, I'm sure that's what I meant to say, I will seek permission from my wife before going ahead to buy a car for my mom, which I will present on behalf of both of us, not me alone. That's wise. That's why Shego Yeleke said, women safe, so entitled, they have nothing to add to the table. He then went further and said, when your wife is adding value to your life, you will never take her for granted, or rather, I should say, you should never, because some men self-useless. And
the person said that.
He said that. He said some men self-useless. Gabriel Wingfield says some women become insecure and selfish when they luckily become married to a well-to-do man.
Wow.
These are women that did not contribute to the man's initial upbringing, and that's where I think I'm addressing today. The insecurity, the unnecessary jealousy. You don't, even with the siblings, you don't have to be in competition. If
Everybody
your
should know
husband
their
thinks you deserve something, he's a whole adult that you married. You don't have to influence him to love you. Let him speak your love language the way he knows how, and take what you get. If he loves you the way you want, and he thinks that materialism, buying you a house, a car, putting ribbon, and declaring it in front of the whole world, good for you. But don't let it be something that you used to rate that you're the one in his life, that you're the top priority as against his other loved ones, because he loved other people before you came.
But if materialism is your love language, how do you handle that?
No, there are people like that. No, don't use it to rate that you're the love priority as against his other loved ones. I mean family members, people who were in his life for the entire of his life before he became an adult and thought it was okay to come and marry you. Some people have their stories different. It might be the girl. Okay, take your call.
Yes, we'll have a call. Festus from Abuja. Festus, are you there?
Yes, I am. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
First-time callers.
Yeah. Indeed, this is a very sensitive topic you're talking about that I think it's one issue that has wreaked several damages to many homes, because making such decisions at many instances has created, a huge enmity between mother, father, siblings, and that particular husband or wife. And I believe, again, that the wife today will someday become a mother tomorrow. And the expectation of every mother or wife is to be taken care of by her son or by her husband. When we begin to position, rancor and jealousy by saying, you have to buy a car first for me before you buy for your wife or for your husband, it creates more damage at the end of the day. And so I think it's very important that the wife should see herself first as a daughter, not just as somebody who has come to take over from, take over power and authority. But she should see herself as a wife, as a daughter, as a sister, and as a member of that family.
I like that, Festus. Let me stay on you for a bit. If she sees herself as a wife, as a daughter, and the family does not see her as part of them, what should be done?
In all honesty, it is very difficult if she has been able to position herself as a wife, as a daughter, as a sister in that home, that she will not have one or two members of that family who will not take sides with her. It's when she exonerates herself and begins to see herself as the madam of the home that she begins to have such issues. But by the time she's been able to identify herself as a member of that family, that she has left her parents probably and then come to join to build this home. If she is able to establish that, mindset amongst the members of that family, trust me, she will always have people who will be on her side.
Thank you so much, Festus, for that. Thank you.
In response to Festus, so I have heard stories of people who have felt that they have come into a family where they are not loved, and so they feel that they have to always put their guards up. And for me, what I've seen worked is that the husband recognizes what is happening and becomes her defender. So he knows that when it comes, there's this bias in my whole family. When it comes to the conversation concerning my wife, they would want to take any decision against her. And so he will become her mouthpiece. Don't need to say anything. I will speak for you. Don't need to say that you are making that decision. I will say I'm making it on your behalf. Because in this case, you are protecting someone that you are aware is being attacked. So that's a different thing. But there are people who come into the marriage where the wife is on the attacking whatever, she's constantly attacking the mother. In that case too, the husband is aware, and so he speaks up for the mother. Yes, sweetheart, I know you feel like this, but she's my mother. You know how they are. So the thing is life. It's life. We have to constantly be, weave and wave and use our words and be wise when we speak to each other and how we relate with each other.
All right, so I have messages here on Facebook. Nwoko Oboro here says that if Freeze is trying to destabilize marriages, a mother is the genesis of everything within a family circle. Without her, there is no husband to start with. I don't see anything wrong getting our mom a car first before the wife. All right, Jason is here. Jason Mudiaga, who says, mother and wife is something you don't compare at all. Okay, so, I said I was going to say something unpopular, like unpopular opinion. And it starts with, Mnima was saying, the wife should empower herself, and that is when it comes in. You can buy a car for yourself and all that. So I have spoken to some parents, young parents, and when I say this, it's almost like I'm crazy. I say that, yes, you should take care of your children, but still find time to find yourself. Do you want to go to school? Do you want to, because you're thinking of the future already. Because I see that in this climb, in this part of the world, we just relax and say that because I've poured everything, I've taken care of my children. When you get to a certain age, they are your retirement plans. And so you're just, perhaps I want to move into their house. The person is married, starting a new family, and then you just take yourself into the family and destabilize stuff. I'm not saying that you should not love or your children should not love you at the end of the day. But I just want to say that maybe parents somehow should start thinking of this. Take care of your children, but while you're taking care of your children, know that one day they're going to leave your house and they're going to be on their own. And there are certain times that you will doubt, but I loved these children and I took care of them. I am not saying that it should not be. I take care of my mother. So do not even think that, why is she talking like that? Or she does not even understand what she's saying. So as you're saying that the woman should empower herself, I am thinking parents should start thinking too, because this day will come and you cannot say what type of partner that person is going to end up with.
Awesome. Let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll continue this conversation. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Guys, we can't leave. We've got to finish the client's order tonight.
This time?
How about some top tea to cheer us up?
Only one bag of top tea makes 2 strong cups, so taste to know more flavor, enjoyment, friendship, and upliftment.
Wow, this looks gorgeous. Beautiful.
Taste to know. Top tea. Heartburn and indigestion? Try Gestede. My recommendation for the past 26 years. Gestede. Reliable remedy for heartburn, indigestion, flatulence, and acidity.
He's falling sick so frequently, either fever or stomachache. I keep him away from junk food.
He also feeds me apples. She says an apple a day keeps...
If you want to keep germs away, then also wash your hands regularly with Dettol soap.
Meaning?
Germs and disease spread through the hand also. For this, use Dettol soap. Dettol protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Dettol soap is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association. Be Dettol sure.
See, nurse, she's saying she feels unwell, despite my efforts to practice good hygiene.
Mom says wash your hands to keep the germs away.
Washing hands is good, but surfaces can also have germs, and you shouldn't use just anything for cleaning them. Use Jik. Jik's formula has been scientifically proven to stay active for longer, giving you whitening and germ kill protection on a variety of surfaces. Disinfect to protect, just Jik it. Endorsed by National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives.
Kehinde suffers from indigestion. His twin Taiyi suffers from heartburn. Sometimes it's the other way around, or both. That's why they use Gaviscon Double Action. It soothes within 3 minutes and lasts for up to 4 hours. For double relief from heartburn and indigestion, Gaviscon Double Action.
So you gotta have a smile.
Change is refreshing. Your favorite Pure Bliss biscuits and wafers now come in brand new packaging. But that's all that's changed. The biscuits and wafers remain the same. Crunchy, creamy, and delicious. So keep enjoying your favorite Pure Bliss in a new pack. Pure Bliss. Light up your day.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas. It
Àwọn kan wà.
Welcome back. We're still having this conversation. And the ladies are making me feel like it's the responsibility of the woman to ensure that there is love, to ensure that the family loves her. It's her, she needs to earn it, she needs to work for it. Peradventure, she gets into a home that there is no love. Why are we putting so much burden on the woman? Why?
I don't know why you think that way, because there is another school of thought that says that the woman does not even bring anything to the table in the first place. You meet a guy and you expect the guy to have money, to have a car, to have this, to be able to take care of you. That what do you even bring to the table as the woman? You just want the man. And at the end of the day, you have children, and it is only your children that you're loving unconditionally. So there is that school of thought. Yeah, as crazy as it sounds.
But we should actually ask that question, because we have a tweet here from somebody, Ifa Funsho, and she says, only men can love a woman with no money, no house, or no car. Only a man can love a woman and expect nothing in return. Women can't do that. A woman's love comes with conditions. You must have this and that. A man just wants peace. Only thing women love unconditionally is their kids. We need to ask ourselves, is it true? Is it only our kids that we love unconditionally?
It's true.
Wow.
But the condition doesn't have to be material again.
Yes.
That's where we miss the line.
That's for the man.
For the man, no, because you know that tweet I saw it yesterday where the person said a man can love a woman that had nothing. Meaning material, and then love her, marry her, and still be willing to do so much and go anywhere for her. But a woman, when she wants to love, we're asking, do you have a house, car, this, that, taking the list. It's not all women who love like that. The condition for some, for me, is kindness, respect.
Yep.
You know,
it's also a condition.
It's a condition.
It may not be
But
material,
for my children, they don't have to love me. They don't have to even kind. But just for the right of being born.
Yes.
Coming to life through me.
That's it.
The love, eh? So that's the reality, so I can't disagree.
Yes.
Wow.
But let's not put materialism as what we're using.
And I also believe that that men also love with conditions. So we have a society, we have been brought up a certain way, and we know the expectations of a man for a woman. Usually it's the way you also look. A man, that's a condition for, yes, the way you look, the way you carry yourself. And even for the modern day man, even the kind of job that you have, if you even have a job, some men will look at your education. How educated are you? Are you the sort of person that when he puts on his arm, you will elevate him or you will bring him down? So they have their conditions. Theirs may not be physical like a house or a car, but those are conditions as well. And a woman also has her conditions, because in our society and our tradition, a woman is supposed to go into a place where she finds security. And in security for a woman is, do I have a roof over my head? Will we be able to feed? Will I be, suffering, running up and down? So those are the conditions. And I think that adults will have conditions when it comes to relationships. It's just normal. And then you earn their love and earn their trust. But for a child, I mean, when that child comes out, you just love that child. Yeah. You see your child do the silliest. I mean, you've seen mothers of even criminals, how sad they look, how they're standing by their children. A man will do something flimsy like this. The woman is out on the street telling his business. Do you see what this man has done to me? But her child will do something so bad and she's right there, but it's just life.
All right, let's take this call. Onua from Ikeja. Onua, are you there? Hello?
Onua.
Hello, Onua, are you there?
The rain.
Maybe it's the rain.
I think we've lost that. Okay.
I wanted to talk about earlier on the earlier topic, sorry to take you back, where a man still has the conversation with his wife. And some men will say, okay, don't talk to my wife. Anything you need to ask her. Let me find a way to introduce this to her. And she doesn't see it as respect. She thinks it's coming through him to abuse her. Sometimes pity the man who is in a difficult balance. He loves here, he loves there. He's trying to make all of you one family, and having this conversation that is killing him with you, and all you can do is, well, Shebi, is that your mother's stuff? It will not happen. Not in this house, please.
Okay, let's quickly take Onua. I think Onua is back. Hello, Onua. Hello?
Hey, you.
Onua, are you there?
Network.
It has to be network.
Yes. So a man who comes to you and says, okay, let's assume you have a car, you're driving, and he says, okay, are you working tomorrow? When will you be free? And you'll be like, why? Why? I said, okay, because my brother, now, let's not even go mother. Mother is very deep. I said, my brother wants to borrow your car.
The car.
And he's saying it to you in the nicest of way. And all you can think of is that your brother, that one that cannot respect somebody. That one that whenever he looks... do you want him to tell the brother to come and ask you?
No, why can't the brother come to
Did you witness conversations in our mother's time where brother-in-laws just come and says, hey, give me key, and they are going?
Hey, why can't it happen? Why?
But the respect for you is that your husband has taken away that power and decided to have a conversation.
So it depends on the relationship.
Thank you.
It depends
on the relationship.
No. Your brother-in-law might be friends with you and it's okay. I'm talking of the difficult ones. Where your husband is the one, So sometimes we take these conversations and leave the men and just, just demand. Think of the emotions that and the stress and whatever that has been into this thing coming to bear before the person can approach you and say, if you're not working so time, if you don't mind, if you're not going far, this convenience has to be for somebody else. And
okay, let's take this call. Tony from Port Harcourt. Mr. Tony.
Are you there?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. Let's have your views.
Sorry, I'm a first caller.
First time caller. Welcome to the show. Welcome.
And I really appreciate this program and the topic today.
Thank you.
It's obvious it has caused a lot of problems in some families, both good ones and bad ones. And my view on this issue is, if a man and a woman living in the same home as a family and have issues about the car, the first thing I think they should talk about is, does our mother deserve this? What is the condition of the mother? Is she sick? Can she move around? Maybe she's someone that with the mother, she's not feeling fine, and maybe she has arthritis, she cannot walk, she cannot go to church, and she cannot go to village meetings or women meetings. It's a matter of calling to my wife, okay, honey, with the mother's condition, we should be able to assist her. It will be an agreement between I and my wife that yes, mother needs this. It's a necessity for her right now because she cannot move. She cannot go to family meetings, she cannot go to church, and she needs a car to go to church. So if I have that agreement, I must have that agreement with my wife that we need to do that. And it depends on how you present it to your wife as well.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Tony.
Can I just say something to what Tony has said? So it's important to have the conversation. For me, I feel that's it. But also, the reason why you can buy a car for your mother should not necessarily be about when she's indisposed. It can be because, you know what, I've told my mom that the moment I earn this amount of money, I'm going to take out this percentage and buy her a car. It has happened. And one thing I know that mistakes can happen where a man or a woman has that. So it's not even just men that do it for their mothers. We have wives who are also doing it for their mothers or their fathers. True. So the problem would come for where you have not communicated that dream with your partner. You've carried in your head and probably even said it, in passing. And because you're excited about it, you expect that excitement, it's reciprocal, that your partner has it as well. And then maybe at the time you're doing it or the time you decide to do it is an inconvenient time. So it's important for me, once that communication is laid out, once the plan is laid out, and the person is your partner anyway, the person understands your dreams, understands the struggles that you're trying to, show appreciation for, it will just be easy. I feel it will be easy, unless if somebody is a difficult person. But we're also talking about where... Okay,
let's take this call. We have Julius from Spain. Hello, Julius. Hello, Mr. Julius. Wow. I guess it's network.
Okay, so I have a story, and this is not even the mother, it's the brother. So the younger brother gave his own car when he bought his car to the older brother to use for some time because he needed it the most. And so The younger brother got married eventually, and the wife was pregnant. They needed a car. They didn't have a car at that point, or their car was faulty or something, so they needed a car. And the older brother now has 2 cars or something of that sort. And so the younger brother reached out to the older brother, like, we need to go to the hospital and all that. Please, we will need your help. We just need to use this car for
the time.
And according to the younger brother, according to the younger brother, when he spoke to the older brother, he had agreed. It was like, oh, wow, fantastic. But maybe he went inside and came out.
The wife had told him something else.
He had gone to discuss.
Remind him of his...
he went to discuss it. Remember, they have 2 cars.
Wow.
So he just changed.
Wow.
And so somehow the younger brother got annoyed and just didn't make a face. It wasn't anything serious, but he left. But afterwards, the older brother thought about it and somehow maybe just thought about all the things and then he reached out to the younger brother, like, okay, so because they don't live in the same states, so you know what, I'll ask somebody to drive it, because that one said, I can't come to Lagos again and all that. I just ask somebody to... He didn't want it again because he was thinking of somebody I sacrificed.
Have to think about
but we'll respond to that after this call. Michael from Kaduna. Good morning, Michael.
Yes. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Michael. You're live.
I'm first caller.
Welcome to the show.
We have so many first time.
Yeah, I just want to say this, that it all depends on the man. The man in himself supposed to be able to, the man himself supposed to be able to balance the relationship.
Yes.
A place of a wife is quite different from a place of a mother. That's one. And if a man is able to differentiate that, then you know how to relate with the 2 of them. And the second thing is that if a man is not ready to be a man, because the Bible said, a man, so for this reason, a man shall leave his father and his mother and cleave to his wife. I think the uncle rightly mentioned that from the start. So, if a man, the Bible didn't say a boy should leave his father and his mother. So for somebody to become a man, it means you must see your wife and your children as your first priority and responsibility. The only way a man can love his wife, his children, is by loving the wife. If you look at it, the whole scenario now, nobody mentioned the father or the husband to the mother. Whether he's alive or he's dead, nobody. And this same man is treading the same route that the father has tread, in the sense that the children will grow up and the mother will tell the children that your father is useless. You never take care of me. I had your pregnant. Instead of him to give me car, he went and gave me
Michael, thank you so much. You just opened another can of worms.
That's right.
But should we go there or should I come to you?
No, you can come to this one then.
Yes, okay. So you were saying something about your brother.
Yeah,
brother
so the brother.
So how did it resolve?
So that is, there was a bad blood. So maybe somebody would just be mature about it and not say anything at the end of the day. But the thing is, when I needed you, and you had to come, and then your wife, you went inside because you already agreed. It was when you went in.
How do you know
it's a sense of history. No, let's
Excuse me?
It's because he had to go and consult now. Who was he consulting?
His wife.
So who?
Nima, his wife.
When he goes in and comes out and is seeming hesitant, I think we should put this in perspective.
Nima,
So
okay, hold on.
let's
What I think is he really does not even want to give it to his brother.
No, I don't think so.
Really? But if he goes in, even if he wants to give it, does he just say to his wife, I want to give it to my brother? He would still talk to her.
Yeah. And then the wife will say no.
That's what I've been saying.
The wife may not even say no.
The women come with the sense of history. This person has a life that you were not part of. Half of his life, or even more. With some people, if he has good memories of them, you should cherish that memory. If he has bad memory, maybe they were all bad to him. That's
especially when that person sacrificed, left his own car.
Don't let the sacrifice of a person not count because you are now in a husband's life.
Me, I just feel that
family members or not, even friends,
give people grace to even process their thoughts.
And then wait for the pattern.
Good. So you've come to ask for something. Imagine they have been using these 2 cars for a while. they have
built their life.
built like their routine around the two cars. Yes, okay, let's just assume he
Don't dash me.
I understand. Let's just assume he met the wife and he says, see
car.
what my brother is asking for.
Your
And she may say, but you know, we use this car for this and use this car. And be like, that's true. That will mean we may not be able to do this at this time. And he says, it's inconvenient. And then he says it to his brother and realizes that this hurts his brother more. Then he might come back and have that same conversation with the wife. Say, I think we can make the sacrifice of managing one car. Allow people make
time to process.
Yes, it's not easy. People are not just waiting to make altruistic decisions like that. It's okay for people to change their mind.
Very important, but it's also very important that when you come into a family, try to learn some history. I was lucky. It was my mom who told me my husband's history. When I married, she said, your mother-in-law did so much. I knew her when we were growing up. She did so much for her children. Never you in your life try to usurp or stop anything from getting to her. And if you have to add to it, please do it. I had that blessing from the day of my marriage. And it might not be the same for everybody, but please ask a few questions.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's about one person stepping down. We see these videos of couples going to parade to their elder brothers, for sacrificing their own education for them. Don't come in and say, it was a stupid decision at the time. Who are you?
To make that judgment.
To make that judgment because you're now a wife. You're saying to the brother, and you want to now start worshiping that your brother. It's his choice now. You will make some choices in the future, and he will change because people change. Maybe your husband now changes and he thinks another woman deserves his love. Now.
What will you do? Will you kill yourself? Let's take a call. Lanre from Aja. Lanre, are you there? Hello, Mr. Lanre.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yes. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. You're live. You can speak.
Good morning. I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
So very much. By the way, I love your program. I've been listening to your programs for some time now.
Thank you.
Now, my comment is on the previous discussion. So permit me because I've been trying for some time. Okay. And I just want to make a couple of comments. Number one, any relationship, especially when it deals with wives and the mother-in-law, and it's premised upon comparison, it's a wrong move, personally, because we shouldn't be comparing. Like Nima said initially, which I agree with 100%, was not brought up well. If you take on the streets, see that man to marry, a very good child.
Breaking up.
Thank you for calling in. But before we continue this, there was something you pointed out that some persons have said that some women come into the marriage.
Yeah.
And they don't want to do anything. They don't bring any value, and then they are judged on that. And it depends on what you call value, okay? They may have intrinsic value because it's not easy to give a man peace to go out there and make the money. So what if I come into the home and I say, it's my husband that should buy me the car? Someone like me now, I like to make money, but my money is not sweet. When I collect, that is when it's sweeter. That is when I enjoy the money. What if there are women, don't women have a right to say, this is how, yes, I just want to be
like that.
Pampered. I just want to be taken care of. Do we judge those women based on that and feel that they don't have value? It's not easy to take care of children and give him peace when he comes home.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. It's value. I may not be bringing in the physical cash, but I'm giving you peace to enable you bring in the physical cash. So should you crucify me for that?
No. Yeah, so what I hear is that you're saying that we're comparing what the mother has done so far to what the wife is doing so far. Yes. And that one is not more important than the other. Wow. Everybody brings value to the man. The man has a mother who has
so much
helped
for
him.
this man.
And now that he's an adult man, chasing his dreams, there's a woman by his side, making sure that he's able to go into the world and do it with peace of mind. And that's the truth. And, you know, our last caller says, if anything is premised on comparison and competition, there will be war. And that's what this is about. Let them understand that I love you both and I appreciate what you bring to the table. And there's nothing wrong for a woman that wants to be pampered. Some men seek out women that like to be pampered and want to share how. There are some women that are uncomfortable with it.
That is a love language. That is a love language.
Yes,
it's okay.
But the truth is, when a man is going to make that decision, the question is not about him showing you appreciation or not. It's saying that at this time, this is what I can do. Does not mean I don't love you, or I love you less, or I don't value you, or I don't appreciate you. I'm just saying that right now, this is what I can do. And if you already feel love and appreciation from that man anyways, it should not bother you. It should not be a sense of rancor between you if he decides to put some resources towards his mother.
All right, let's take Lanre from Ondo State. Lanre, are you there?
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Hello.
Hello, we can hear you. You're live.
Okay. Here I am. Good morning.
You're listening to the TV.
Yeah. I love your program this morning. It's a good topic.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Concerning what the discussion is all about, I can assure you that this program is a welcome program that every home can learn from, which can probably reduce how. Because husband and wife have different ideas, different opinions sometimes. But to buy a car for a mother-in-law should be a welcome idea. Most especially if the family has already owned a car. You know, in all cases, grandma or grandpa, they must have been aged. So they're supposed to reap the dividend of their sweat upon their children, probably the husband or the wife, because they have little years to spend, which I believe. So if they enjoy the sweat of their children, there's nothing bad.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lanre. Let me come to you because there was something the last caller mentioned, I think Mr. Michael from Kaduna, and he was saying that after all the sacrifices the man makes, in old age, we tend to forget him. And everybody just carries the women. And I've heard that in different quarters, that men make all the sacrifices, but because the children see the women more, they see the mothers, they are the ones they see, you take them to school, you bathe them, and all. They don't see their parents, their fathers so hands-on in raising them. They always assume that the woman has made more of the sacrifice, and it affects them in old age. Now, how do we begin to make our children understand? So, in my place, it's the woman that goes for the omugo, even if it's outside the country. And when she's coming back, she's giving wrappers, she's giving money, she's giving...
Is who can your father bath the baby?
My father bathed me.
Yeah, no, can he bath a newborn baby? That's it's practicality, so it's who is hands-on. And I think it's also about health. I always say now that I'm sure if I have a baby now, I won't enjoy it because my mom was there and she was working. So it's not about, unlike your culture where it's about the gifts, it's not that way in our own culture.
What do you mean?
It's serious work. It's serious work. In fact, when she's 40, she'll be telling you, you don't learn them, you don't learn. Because they are there to teach you, help you, win you into mothering. So it's a lot of work down here. But for the case of mother, we're just using mother to symbolize parental love.
Yes.
And I think that's the message here.
Okay.
So I have a case. We have a friend of the ladies of YourView. She was with the VIO, and we had a live session once where we were celebrating our fans, and she brought her dad. He'd been widowed for over 10 years.
Wow.
He refused to remarry so that he would be able to focus on them. So it's important that the symbol of that sacrifice, as I said, it doesn't matter whether it's mother,
or
sibling self, or father, whoever it is that was instrumental to the man you turned out to, the product that you could marry,
must be honored,
that you are proud of. Who want to marry a husband you cannot be proud of? Because somebody made sure he turned out. Somebody made some sacrifices so he had the form of learning, the form of training, or even it could be a friend. who stood by him and said, okay, your parents are late, but I have a family house you can share with me. I can, you know, and then you come in and suddenly, you are, because maybe the person's wife and you people used to look yourself somehow, you will not go and learn sense and give yourself sense that, but if you look me somehow, I will look you with love.
Nima, let me
because
take this
it's important that you don't make him an ingrate.
We have a caller from Anambra State. Good morning. Hello, are you there?
Yeah,
Mr. Ken, good morning.
Hello?
Hello, we can hear you.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Ken.
You
Yeah, I'm here. Good morning.
Go ahead, you're live, sir.
Wow.
We lost the call. So,
because I was going to even deviate, you know, in a funny way, because when I used to have a radio show, there was this man that got in touch with me. I was like, every time my wife is old, you know, and then my wife will be going abroad to go and be taken care of. And I'm here. She's not loving me. She's not, do you get? Like, so he didn't even care about it. They didn't take me. But the thing is, I need my wife. And when she now comes back to Nigeria, she'll now be going to church every now and then. She'll be going to vigil. She'll not stay here. She'll not even take care of me. So, I mean, it just brought that to mind when you were talking about the father or the mother. So some parents, some fathers, they don't even want to go. They just want their wife. Like, please, do not go anywhere. Just stay there with me.
Please, children, stop stealing our father's wives.
My father-in-law. He will not release his wife to go to any place for Mugo. You will come there to their house and be nursed.
That's practical.
Yes,
too.
after a few months, when you are ready to go, you go back to your husband. He does not release his wife.
I think that's practical.
But but that's if you're comfortable enough to be able to host the extra people who will be staying with you for a bit. But what do you think we can begin to do with our children? So, for instance, when my husband gives me money to do things for the kids, I always, when they say, thank you, mommy, I always push them to say thank you to their daddy.
That's right.
You know, I always push it back to him. So the thank you must be complete. So you don't grow up with the mindset, because I am more available with you, that I'm the only one who is doing all the sacrifice. They need to learn it. But what other things do you think we can begin to do so that we don't leave these men behind? Like, I really feel sorry for them.
Especially when you know your husband wants to do it for your children. I love to buy my children's toys and books. I love to buy them books. So my husband will be struggling when I'm at the place. This one was the bicycle for Imran, and I was trying to pay, and he called me and said, okay, I just spotted a red bicycle. He likes blazing speed. This one has spoilers. Everything. I was like, let me pay this time. So we're arguing back and forth. And I wanted to pay from his account, but I couldn't get, I think the bank had issues. So I paid from my account. I did not feel the need to send the money back. So when I got home, and I did a video call with him, and he saw my son taking the gift. I kept emphasizing, Daddy got it for you. So that we're not arguing. Because I think he doesn't like that, me pushing him out. But I think it's not really an issue. So you make an effort and compromise as time goes for whatever is important.
I'll take this call before I come to Honeypot. Okay. Raymond from Egbeda. Hello, Raymond.
Okay.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Raymond from Egbeda.
Welcome.
Yes, I want to contribute on the first topic you raised.
Okay.
Okay. To me, I think timing is everything. Let me give you a scenario. What say you want to buy a house, or you want to gift your mother a house without telling your wife, and in the process, you end up destroying your home because you have done it at the wrong time. You know, I think it has to do with timing. You have to know that, if I give my mother this, my wife will not be happy. At the end of the day, my mother may end up not even living in that house because she's not happy. You understand? Because people are not happy with the fact that, you understand, she's been given a gift. You understand? So I have to always put time into consideration. You understand? So that, you understand, everybody will be pleased with it. So it's not about giving my mother a car or giving my brother a car or anybody a car. I just have to know that the time is right.
Yeah, thank you so much, Raymond.
Communication is key too.
Timing is everything. Thank you so much. So, Honeypot, where?
Yeah, I was going to say because, wow, I don't know where I just always come from. Because there is this issue, somebody was talking to me about a man who said that he doesn't know, maybe in his life one time, maybe he had treated somebody badly and all that, perhaps. He was talking about doing everything, that he just woke up one day and felt the need to go and buy himself a very expensive wristwatch and perfume. And he did it because all his life, he's taking care of his wife, taking care of the children. The children go to the best schools and all that. And this is what happens. The reason he was telling me, he said that he noticed because there was a day like maybe the wife went for a choir practice or something. And so he just came to the living room and found the wife's, maybe the second phone or something, and said, oh, the children were down. Like, your mother forgot her phone. And he didn't know that another child on his laptop or, you know, whatever, had sent message to the mother that daddy is here checking your phone or reading your phone. So according to him, he said it did not happen once, twice and all that, that he feels that thing of, I take care of them, I do everything, but on purpose, she tries to paint me in a bad way to the children. And he was asking me, he said, do you think these children will take care of me after sacrificing so much for them? So people have different realities. So look at that.
True. Honeypot, we'll take a call now. Solomon from Lawansin. Good morning, Mr. Solomon.
Good morning. Hello.
We can hear you. You're live.
Yeah. I want to speak on because of the issue of a brother-in-law and your wife. You see, when you have to give your gifts or anything to your brother when it comes for help, what you do is that you, like now, I have to give that car out. Me and my brother have discussed. There's no reason for me to go to the room and come out with this spoiling face. First of all, I'm giving the car, my own car, first. Before I will discuss with my wife, I'm giving my car out to my brother.
Wow.
So that she will not feel bad. I cannot now discuss with my brother, I'm giving you my car. Then I go inside and say, babe, I'm giving your car out. The end of the day, the man will not come out with a good face. And that brother will leave. That is what happened there. So what do? You give your own out first before you discuss. Not that your wife is not a good type. Why should you give your wife car without it's not on the round table with two of you when you are discussing and you go?
Thank you so much for that.
I think in this case, in my opinion, this is the car that is already being used by the family. So if the brother was getting his brother a car, I'm sure there won't have been any need for. Anyway, so we're talking about how to make sure that the fathers are included.
Carried along.
Yeah. So in my family, I have looked at it, my own immediate family, and I don't see. My children are very aware. My children are very aware that his daddy and mommy
together.
Yes. So there's no conversation of, and there are times when I would say to them, "Daddy did this," and my father, my husband would be like, "Don't do that. We did it." That's all they need to know. They don't need to know who did what specifically. Your daddy and mommy are together, a team, and it has been done for you, and that's it. And I think it's important. That story you said is also the sort of conversations mothers will have with their children. Let's be very careful. Sometimes we may have issues with each other, that's the spouses, and then find a way to use these children as pawns to win arguments, win a fight, you know, win some sort of love. And, you know, this story is quite common. You find people when they grow up, they have so much anger against their fathers. And then when they now become adults and they sit down and see, then it's like their eyes are open,
if they would ever see it.
If it ever happens. So we need to be careful if we do not want our children to alienate fathers.
Yeah, Miriam, that
because
even
it
reminds me.
Comes back to us.
So, you know, sometimes mothers who are in marriages that they are treated badly, there's this saying in my place that we will wait for you at Amen Junction. When the father's prayer is too long, everybody will just go and wait at Amen Junction. So they wait for this man when the children are grown, when they can now make their own decisions and decide whether they want to stay or not, and then begin to use the children against the man. So I think we all just need to be deliberate on even how the men treat their wives, because the children are observing.
Let's not miss this one. What Miriam said is very clear on what Onipot is saying. It's the poisoning of the mind. It's the gradual ideology setting for the child, I think is very wrong for any mother. So you can have an issue. Now you choose the man you marry, but don't choose his children for him. Don't let them choose their father because of your fight.
Yes.
Do you understand? So you're feeding them of, your daddy, he did not buy this.
Yes, he didn't do this.
Please, you see that wholeness of that child will benefit you in the future. Imagine that the child now grows up and the father was a fantastic man, but you had your issues. Two grown adults, and the child had already taken a side in a battle that was totally,
not for them.
In fact, the issues can never be obvious to everything can be clear to that child. Please.
We have a caller from Benue State. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I'm Grace, calling from Benue State.
Welcome, Grace.
Yes, I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. My contribution, my view on this is, the problem is we all are selfish as human beings. That's the problem. If not, as a young lady, I'm getting married into a family. The way I want the man to treat my family is the way I should treat his family. So yes, when some people, when they give them that opportunity, when your husband discusses something with you, you should open up your heart. The way you want your family to be treated is how you should also treat his family. And like I will always tell young girls, whatever you sow, you reap. You've forgotten that you're also a woman. Some women, they say, I don't want to marry a man whose mother is alive. One prayer, someone will make it for you because you give birth to a son. So if we can take out selfishness, as a wife, if I marry into a family, I can create a relationship with my mother-in-law, a beautiful one, that my relationship with my mother will not be lost, but that relationship with my mother-in-law can be an advantage for me.
True.
You understand? So if we can come from a place of love and open-heartedness,
God bless you.
will not even arise in the first place.
Thank you so much, Grace, for
We
that.
have so much tips.
Go ahead.
Nazir Raji says, just buy a house and car for your wife's mother. No problem. But the moment you try to buy it for your own mother, the roof will fall as to the wife's reaction. Very rational people. Wow. That's the truth.
Truth.
Afola Shade Sosolu Olajide says, fathers should get involved in physically taking care of their kids. When a father is home, he should be involved in their homework, take them to school when he can and make sure he's in their life. I think I agree. Bilikis Morenike is answering Andrew, says, the level of materialism is appalling. It's unfortunately so with our society. That matter where you mentioned, no be yoko, but I think it's a human thing.
No be joke, yeah.
No be joke.
Okay, you have a few.
Yes, I do. On Facebook, John Noah here says, ladies nowadays should be careful with the kind of advice they get from people. People's minds have been polluted badly, thereby seeing abnormalities as the new normal. Husband and wife should sit and plan the way to live their life rather than listening to the so-called new normal. Quadri was you here says, I think a reasonable man will buy a car for either his mom or wife based on who needs it the most at that point in time.
Thank you so much, honey, but thank you so much, ladies. I hope we have learned something. Love conquers all. And those conversations must be had. You must work as a team with your family. That's all we can take for today. Join us tomorrow. Have a lovely day.